What is up, guys? Right here bringing you guys the MMBA. There's actually Season 3 Week 5 match. We're actually going against the Chattanooga Chestnuts and Ruby, which I still don't know what person that is. I just happened to team build today. I was actually planning team build on Thursday, but I wouldn't have time, so with our Season 5 team build, if you guys are for this, feel free to drop a like down below and subscribe. That'd be awesome. I'm going to get right into this as I pull up this team right here. Go over his team real quick. He has Manaphy, Mamoswine, Nihiligo, Ante, Mega Pidgeot, Shaman, Rhyperior, Togetic, Ambipom, Guzzlord, Primeape, and Masharna, and our team is on the left, so you guys should know our team by now if you guys have been watching the team builders. And his Zmons are Manaphy, Shaman, Ambipom, and Guzzlord. And we'll go over what I think he's going to bring towards the end here, hopefully. Kicking it off with this team is actually based around Jersey Shore as well. I've been watching Jersey Shore lately. I was like, okay, well, let's base the team around this week for Jersey Shore. So all the nicknames are related to Jersey Shore. Anyways, got our first Mon here. The situation, we got the Lycanroc, Choice Panda Lycanroc with the Steadfast. Steadfast being mainly for the Ambipom. If he wants to fake me out, I get a +1 speed boost, which will help us out very much. Sandrush really doesn't do too much for us this week, and Keen-Eye never does anything. Got the Celerock there mainly for the Ante. Celerock is I think it's it actually is 1 KO after rocks on the Ante, which is very nice. Also there for the Mega Pidgeot and stuff like that. The Togetic, which I'll probably go for Stone Edge on that more than likely, but mainly for some hard-hitting priority, which is what I need with this Mon. It's a very good check to Entei, which is the reason why I brought it. Very good check to Pidgeot with the priority Celerock. Nothing out speed. I can eat up any hit that he has with the Pidgeot and eat it up and Stone Edge him if I wanted to, but mainly with the priority. Manaphy really doesn't want to take his Stone Edge, less like a defensive Manaphy, but if he wanted to be running a Manaphy, he's going to be running either like a Tail Glow set or he's going to be running a Z-Rain Dance set this week. That's what I think really benefits him. And I think one of his problems he's going to have with Manaphy this week as well is either he's going to run Energy Ball, he will not have Energy Ball, or he will not have the Psychic, which I'm expecting him to have Psychic and not Energy Ball. That's what I'm expecting him to have. If he doesn't have that, then my Alola can wall it out. We just have to scout for whatever moves he has. He's probably going to have Ice Beam, unless he runs both, and he's not going to have Ice Beam or Scald or something like that. But if he runs Tail Glow and he runs Rain Dance. So, even with +1 speed, if he runs like the Rain Dance set, and he doesn't have Tail Glow, then one of our mons can wall it out pretty good. Just overall, like, nothing on his team wants to take banded Stone Edges. The Heligo does not want to be taking them. It has shitty defense. Pidgeot, Shaman doesn't want to be coming in on Stone Edges unless it's like defensive Shaman. Rhyperior is probably the only thing that really can come in on stuff, but then again, it's going to be taking break damage, which is a 3 KO. Actually 2 KO after rocks, so a possible 2 KO, not a guaranteed 2 KO. Primeape maybe, let's run like a Scarf Primeape. That was the only set I can really see him running. Masharna I don't think he's going to bring this week, just because Crocodile is such a huge threat and it really doesn't do too much to me. Unless he runs like a setup variant, or like a Wish, or like a Calm Mind variant or something. Just overall, really solid Mon. Again, very good check to Ante. That's really the reason why I had to bring it this week. Bringing Snooki, Alola Ninetales, really standard set that I've been bringing a lot with the Light Clay, mainly just to get the Roar Veil up. Set up a Calm Mind possibly on something like the Manaphy or something that really can't do too much to me if it's not like set up. Togetic really can't do too much to me if he brings like the Masharna, which really can't do too much to me apart from the Toxic I can set up on it. And Guzzlord really can't touch me with anything. This has like Sludge Wave or something. I don't even know what he gets. I should look that up screen. Blizzard and Moonblast again for the Guzzlord, again for the Primeape. Overall, very good damage. Almost 1 KO on the Rhyperior, depending on his set. Shaman doesn't want to be taking Blizzards. Again, I expect him to bring Shaman this week just for my Milotic. He knows I'm going to bring Milotic to counter Ante, so I expect him to bring Shaman. Decent damage on the Mamoswine as well with the Moonblast and stuff like that. Really can't touch me unless it has like a Rock move or Stone Edge. Otherwise, I live everything. And next set, the Roar Veil. I outspeed a lot of things. Can eat any hit from the Pidgeot, even if he's fully offensive. I can at least take one hit instead of a Roarveil. That's something I really need to take advantage of as well. Overall, this here as a sport, mainly get damage off on the things it needs to get damage off, and possibly set up. Well, that's really what it's here for. We're going to want to Angelina Jolie, Melodic. Running leftovers, very standard set, like I pretty much ran last week, I think. Scald, Ice Beam, Recover, Toxic, very standard. Scald hits things like Mammal, Nihilego, stuff like that. Entei for, I think, guaranteed, almost an Oko, I think. Ice Beam for things like Shaman if you want to switch that in, Togetic, stuff like that. Guzzlord, Toxic just for things that I can wear down. I can wear down the Rhyperior if I need to. Wear down Shaman if I need to, even though it has natural cure. I can wear down things like Mammal, Manaphy, stuff like that, and possible switches if he like switches out, and I can always go for the Toxic. Running defensive, it's a pretty good check to Entei. Mainly it's my main Entei switch, and I needed a switch in for Entei, otherwise it destroys me. It can eat up hits from Mammal as well, Rhyperior, depending on the set. If he's banded, I think we can only switch in once. We still outspeed no matter what, so if we can switch in, then even if he's max speed, we outspeed him. Switch into Primeape, stuff like that. Ambipom, it eats hits from Ambipom, even if it's like a Z move, like Z, Electrium, Thunder Punch. So I think it does like 55 to 60 something %, even if he's Z, Thunder Punch, or something like that. Or I don't know what else he would really run to hit me with. Last Resort, maybe. We could eat Last Resort and stall him out with Toxic and Scald and burn him, stuff like that. Overall, it's a very solid Mon, and definitely in my Entei switch. Mega Pidgeot really can't do too much to me either. Even if I'm not running special defense, it really can't do too much. Hurricane will hurt a little bit. It does, I think, run like 40%, but we've got Ice Beam and we can recover off. So, very solid Mon to bring this week. I think it's going to be putting in a lot of work. I've got Poly D, the Smeargle. Another note here is actually he only has 2 possible Defoggers, no Spinners. He can run Mega Pidgeot with Defog, which, if he runs Defog on Mega Pidgeot, it really limits his move pool. He can run maybe like, he won't be running either Roost or U-Turn if he runs Defog on that. He'll have to have, like, I know he's going to have Heat Wave and Hurricane to hit Mega Venusaur and stuff like that for the most damage. He won't have U-Turn or Roost, and I think I'm not quite sure what else they really run on like the end move, but it'll get his move pool really limited down if he runs Defog on Mega Pidgeot, which will benefit us, which is what I'm trying to say. Ambipom will probably have the Z move, to be honest. I don't know why I'm bringing that up now, but as for Togetic, is another Defogger, which if he brings Togetic, we have a lot of answers to it, and I think if he brings Togetic, it does limit him a lot. I really don't see it doing too much to him for him this week, apart from like Defog. Mega Venusaur really bodies it. Snooki bodies it. Situation bodies it. Really not good of a matchup this week. So there's a possibility of him bringing out no Defoggers. So if he brings no Defogger, this thing is going to set up as much hazards as possible. Rocks we need this week. Definitely need the rocks. So I'm running the Sash. That's why. Pretty much this thing is to come in early game, get up my rocks, get up as many spikes as possible, and pretty much just prevent him from defogging is what I have to do. King Shield there mainly for Ambipom. Again, that's why I brought up Ambipom a little bit ago. Ambipom just for the King Shield. He wants to fake me out, and he's going to be taking -2 attack, and then he won't be able to kill me. So, grant myself the Sash, stuff like that. Entei, if he wants to come in, and we can maybe catch Entei off guard, come in, and if he wants to pick us off like an E-Speed or something like that, we can go for the King Shield. He'll be taking -2, and then we can switch something else in and take advantage of that. So it's overall a very decent move with King Shield this week. A little bit setup 80, because if he runs Taunt on something, then we're kind of set Taunt bait, which is another note we want to make with this. And a bit setup 80 if he wants to run like the Manaphy, he can bring that in and have a Tail Glow on our face, and we really can't do too much about it. Grant, we have one of the best Tail Glow counters in the game on our draft, so not really too big of a problem if he wants to run like a raw polished Rhyperior, which can set up all over us. Maybe a bit of a problem. Apart from that, I'm not quite sure what else he'll really run set up on us. Not quite sure, but overall, just a Stealth Rock and Spike Stacker. That's really what we want it for. Threw the Rapid Spin on there. Maybe we can get the Rapid Spin off if we need it. I know he's going to be running rocks either on Mammal if he brings Mammal, or he's going to be running rocks on, I think, possibly like a lead Nihilego as well, Step Nihilego, with like spikes and Toxic Spikes and Rocks maybe, or he's going to be running Rocks and Rhyperior, which I fully expect him to bring. Halo goes 50-50. I'm not quite sure who's going to bring it this week, just because Krookodile really bodies it. To be honest, if I run like a Scarf Brook and he brings it, it's going to really get bodied. We're going to go on JWoww, the Mega Venusaur. I don't have a Mega here just because we're probably going to be battling on Showdown, and I really don't want to change it again. Max HP, max special attack, or not max special defense. Pretty much similar to what I ran last week, I think. Or not, I think it was last week or the week before. Still wondering for that time where I can run offensive Mega Venusaur. Still really hoping I can get that time this season. Matchups really haven't been in my favor to do that so far, though. Was originally going to run Spore on Poly D as well. I actually threw Sleep Powder on this set just so I can run Rapid Spin on Poly D, so that's one change I did make before I recorded this. We'll see how that goes. Sludge Bomb for mainly like the Shaman, Togetic, something like that. Giga Drain for the Rhyperior, get our health back, and it hits Mammal for super effective and Manaphy. Synthesis for recovery and Sleep Powder. If you realize I want to switch into Sleep Powder. If he switches in the Shaman, it's going to be taking Sludge Bomb on the next turn. And then if he's like running a Z move, it's probably going to be Z, Psychium, Z. That's probably what he would run for this. I really don't see him running anything else. It's going to either be Z Manaphy or Z Shaman. I really don't see him running Z Guzzlord or Z Manaphy or Palm this week. It's going to either be Z Manaphy or Z Shaman with probably like Z Psychium Z on one of those. That's why I'm expecting this week. So gonna have to look out for that. I'm pretty sure that's when he's going to run for the Mega Venusaur. That's when I ran last week as well. We got bodied by it. Overall, very solid. He can eat up a lot of hits. Definitely from a lot of his special threats. Halo really can't do too much to me. Man, if he even at +3, the Ice Beam is probably his best thing to hit me with. Really isn't going to be doing too much. I'm getting recovery back with the Giga Drain and stuff like that. So, a lot of different things. And our last mon, really hard to decide our last mon here. I was going to bring the Raikou, but then again, I really expected to bring the Rhyperior this week, so Raikou wasn't really the best option, and definitely wasn't really the best with him possibly bringing Mammal as well. And it gets outsped for speed types with Ampom, which really isn't the best thing. Really can't do too much to Sham, which I needed something to pretty much do. I needed something to outspeed that Mega Pidgeot. We have the base 126 speed. We outspeed the Mega Pidgeot by I think like 1 or 2 points. So no matter what, we outspeed him. Running a very unique set this week. I got a really ballsy set for you guys. Duranberry, Natural Gift. Pretty much going to be our only thing to hit the Rhyperior with. We need some prior damage on the Rhyperior, like I think around 40% prior damage. But apart from that, we have the 4 times effective Natural Gift, which actually turns into water. I was originally going to run the Grass type Natural Gift, which really wouldn't do as much, just because water actually hits a lot more things on his team. That's really why I ran the Duranberry Natural Gift this week, just because it hits the Nihilego for more damage than I can hit it with Brave Bird, Flare Blitz. Hits the Rhyperior, which is the main thing it's really for, and stuff like that. And I really put in the Entei, I guess. Natural Gift for the Entei. Even though if he's like banned at ESP, it's 2 KO on us, and we won't probably be getting it off if rocks are up. Again, I'm not quite sure if he stays in, then we can get a decent amount of damage off on him. I'm not quite sure if it's going to kill us on the first turn. We can lead with like Rhyperior or something. It's going to catch him off guard, definitely, I think. Brave Bird, Flare Blitz, outspeeds pretty much actually it does outspeed everything on its rep, apart from priority, like Fake Out and stuff like that, unless it's running a Scarf Ambipom or something. Like a weird Scarf, or maybe a Scarf and Heligo. Not quite sure. But apart from that, outspeeds everything on his team, gets very good damage off on most things. Just come in and get some decent damage off, help the rest of the team out, and chip things down. That's really what it's for this week. Running the Willow as well, mainly for Rhyperior and physical threats. Willow for Rhyperior, Mammal, stuff like that. So Primate, if he wants to bring that, Ambipom, bring the Ambipom and he can Willow that thing. So overall, very solid mon this week, I think. Apart from the Rhyperior, which is probably the worst thing that can wall. It's probably one of the best walls for Talonflame. I think we got it covered with Angelina and JWoww and stuff like that on the team, and Snooki. So apart from that, hope you guys enjoy. To what I see him bringing, I see him bringing either Manaphy. I know he's going to bring the Entei and the Mega Pidgeot. Those two are guaranteed brings. I think he's going to bring the Rhyperior and a possible Defogger, which is probably the Togetic. Ambipom is also a possible bring. I'm not quite sure else. I know 4 mons, which are going to be Mega Pidgeot, Shaman, Manaphy, and probably the Ampom are going to be